I'm going to get started pretty quickly, because this is actually a bit later than I really wanted to start this stream. Sleepy woke up like 2 p.m. I'm still a little groggy. Oh, tell me about it. After the stream last night, I went to bed a lot earlier than I usually do, and woke up a lot later than I usually do. So, yeah, I think that little rant last night took it out of me. Yeah. Didn't do Ace Attorney today because I had other things to do, unfortunately. Which is the reason why I went to bed early, and then such gluttons for sleep. You stop that. We're past that now. For now, at least. Yeah. I feel like I had something else I was going to say before we got started, but it'll come back to me if it's important. Alright. But 14-wise, we're going to take a little break from Black Mage stuff. No deep. Anyway, yeah, we're taking a little bit of a break from Black Mage leveling. It might be something I do in the background if I have to wait for Q on this, but, no, what we're going to be doing today is... Oh dear, paying a lot of gil to teleport everywhere, apparently. I'm going to get through the weapon trials, because 5.5 is going to include Diamond Weapon, which is the last one for this expansion, and I want to be caught up for that. So I'm going to make sure I am. Now, which... I think it was you that I had to talk to? Yeah, Sleep Now and Sapphire. Information relating to the weapon project has been uncovered, and your allies prepare to depart for distant lands. Did you peek at the live letter stuff? No. I think I saw a brief screenshot of something in the near raid, but I don't know what it was. Like, it looked like you were out in the middle of a desert or something, and there was this, like, almost silhouette of a creature, so, like, I don't fucking know what it was. But I didn't really, like, look at it, I just happened to see it incidentally. FF14 Twitter be posting about it. A lot of Discords be posting about it too, evidently. Aldine, I'm afraid we haven't had much in the way of information to share from the front line. We have, however, received word that Gaius wishes to speak with you at Alliance headquarters. I've arranged an escort to take you to headquarters, so when you're ready to depart, speak with the fellow over there. Wait, why can't you take me there? Ugh. Ready to head out? Sure am. But yeah, I managed to dodge, like, everything from the live letter, thankfully. Like, it's gonna happen so soon that, like, honestly, at this point, if I wasn't, like, starved for 14 content, I'd probably look at it and be like, oh, I wonder what we're gonna get. But, like, there's so much I already want to do, I'm just gonna hit it, experience it as is, and then if I'm curious about anything that actually got added that I might have missed, then I'll do it. Good, you're here. The Ironworks have completed their analysis of the ruby weapon, and Sid Garlean wishes to share his findings. I take it you can spare a few moments? Of course. Very good. Please wait here while I inform him of your arrival. I also need to clear out my inventory when I'm doing this, so... Hey, Sid. Glad you make it, Aldine. I'm sure you are as anxious as anyone to hear what we've uncovered. Our early hypotheses were proven correct. The Garleans have designed a system whereby a pilot's consciousness can be forcibly supplanted with data based on the memories and experiences of another. Or experience of another. So even a rank amateur can obtain the combat capabilities of a seasoned warrior? Precisely. and we learned how this was made possible when we opened the cockpit. The monitors were still operational, and among the messages displayed, one particular phrase caught my attention. Synthetic Orosite system. What is that? What? Which is what exactly? Well, the core of the Ultima weapon was referred to as the Heart of Sabik. I knew I was on the money with this, or vaguely looking in the correct direction. I didn't pick this 100%, but I'm just glad this came up, because I knew it was going to be core to this whole thing. That wasn't a pun. Moving on. If you have a 4K display, you can use 4K UI assets on patch day. That's nice. I'm probably not going to do that. I stream at 720p, but downscale from 1080. I feel like downscaling from 4K to 720 is going to look fucking terrible. I'm comfortable at 1080. If I ever get into the situation where I can do 1080, then maybe I'll consider it, but yeah. Oh, well, I am doing 720 by 720 at 60. I can't remember if 720 to 180 is the same jump as 720 to 720 60. I think it might actually be slightly less. Maybe I should actually look into that. It's probably worth a look. Oh, I did see, like, some, like, really inconsequential things, from the live letter, though, like UI updates where on monsters they're going to have on either side of their, like, targeting, of their, like, hitbox circle, the direction they're facing. I love that sort of UI, update stuff. It's great. You can always play around with it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what the bit rates are, and it's hard for me to test really, like, clearly, I guess. And, like, it especially depends on the codec for 1080p in particular, if I recall correctly, but that might have been outdated. That might be outdated information now, because I looked into that back in, like, 2015. So, yeah. It's something I'll look into, regardless. Well, the core of the Ultima weapon was referred to as the Heart of Sabik by the Ascians. We believe it to have been a type of Orosite. It's unclear whether the Garlean simulacrum possesses the same properties as genuine Orosite, but I intend to follow this avenue of inquiry to see where it leads. What we do know is that it was used to implant the combat data of Nail Van Darnus into the pilot, who has been presumed dead since before the calamity. Are you any closer to discovering how they were able to retrieve this data? The link didn't occur to Gaius at first, but he later told me of devices fitted to the Magitech armor of the Empire's high-ranking officials. There is reason to believe they were designed to emulate the soul crystals used throughout Eorzea. Oh. Huh. Yes, that was rumored to be its purpose, but it was never publicly acknowledged. Perhaps those in the upper echelons of command wanted to avoid comparisons to the so-called savages they were meant to be conquering. There is also the question of whether this system even functions as intended. Oh, hang on, let me guess. This has got something to do with the fact that the personality actually overrides the person, as opposed to where we just draw upon the knowledge of people past. Because our soul crystals don't transform us into the literal first person who used that particular job, for example. Like, the Stone of Shitoto doesn't turn us into Shitoto. The Summoner's, the Summoner Soul Stone doesn't turn us into, one of the Allagan sorcerers, summoners, for example. From what we've seen, we can assume they were successful in gathering combat data of those wearing armor equipped with the device. If the comparison with soul crystals is valid, perhaps the data was transferred via ether. However, it seems that it extracted not only memories relating to combat, but the soldier's very essence. Thank you. As you saw, the pilot succumbed entirely to the will of Van Darnus. Well, don't forget about the Auracite from Evil East. That is also true. Well, that's Auracite. That's not a soul crystal. Like, I think what Sid is saying here is that they worked distinct from soul crystals, not that they work distinct from Auracite. Like, that's what he's trying to talk about here. Though this is merely supposition, it's possible that being fused with the ruby weapon's core accelerated the process and caused the deceased legatus to manifest in corporeal form. Could it be that the death of the pilot was caused by the system malfunctioning? It's hard to say. The ruby weapon itself was still largely intact when it deactivated, which strongly implies that it was the synthetic Auracite running amok that killed her, rather than the damage incurred during the battle. Yeah, just wanted to squeeze Evil East in there. No worries. But even after our analysis, I'm afraid we still don't have enough information. For now, perhaps we should consult with Gaius as to our next plan of action. Hey, buddy. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Valdelin has come bearing vital information. I traced the ruby weapon's path back to the occupied territory of Wurlet, which appears to be where it was built. Where exactly is Wurlet? Got it. While Alamigo is placed on the western edge of Gimlet, Wurlet lies on the opposite side, to the east. It was once... hang on. Alamigo is placed on the western edge... Oh, okay, yep. Same continent. Yeah. Or same section of continent. It was once a proud and prosperous city until it was brought to its knees by the Imperial invaders. You seem rather well informed. Perhaps I should have taken you with me. I thought that much was common knowledge. It is also where Alphonse and the others were born. And now, the weapon project has brought them home. Yes, the place is now rife with Imperials. They have established an airship supply depot in the coastal town of Turncliffe. According to the locals, something resembling one of the weapons was transported there a few days ago. This bodes ill indeed. Were it possible, I would attempt to capture Alphonse and his followers before they can launch an offensive. However, the distance between here and Turncliffe presents a considerable obstacle, and in all likelihood, their weapon will be ready long before we arrive. Broaching by sea would allow us to save time by circumventing their ground-based troops, provided we were able to secure a vessel. Oh, she does have a... I was actually looking on her forehead as she turned away to see if she had, like, an eye like Garleans do. Turns out, like, I'm pretty sure she does. I can't tell if it's, like, the shading on the bottom that makes it look a little different from, like, Sid's and Gaius's, but... Or you could use the Enterprise and take the most direct route of all, as the crow flies. In fact, this is the perfect chance to put my top secret plan into action. Huh? Might I ask what that entails? It wouldn't be much of a secret if I told you, now would it? What I can say is there's a starring role plan for you, Aldine. I better not be powering the thing. Why so surprised? You didn't think I'd let you get off that easily, did you? It'll be here soon, so don't go anywhere. Hi, sorry, this is very rude, but... Like, is that actually a darker color, or...? No, turn... Can you... Ma'am? Ma'am, please. Thank you. Like, I guess the reason I'm, like, focusing on that is because I don't think we've seen anyone with, like, a... Usually everyone's third eye is, like, a really light color, and I can't tell if, like, hers is darker just because it's, like, shaded and, like, covered by her hair or whatnot. I'm wondering if there's, like, actually a difference there. I see Sid still delights in keeping others in suspense. I can only hope he does not make us wait over long. Did we make our own weapon? Christ. Okay, I know that's supposed to be evocative of, like, sort of fucking, Bahamut, maybe, Ultima as well. I, for some reason, my head went, oh my god, it's the summoned skull. From fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! It must be like the rib cage. Also, yes, it's very clearly Gundam time. Here it is, Aldine. Get in the fucking weapon, Aldine. I present Garlean Ironworks adaptation of the Ultima Warrior, the G Warrior. Wait, what's the Ultima Warrior? Fuck, I'm missing context for this, aren't I? Oh no! Oh god! What the fuck is the Ultima Warrior? So sad I wasn't there for live for Urianger's Yu-Gi-Oh! Draw pose. Oh well. I'm sure he has more of that in him. I would be very disappointed if he didn't. I know Alagar design when I see it. Excavated from one of their ruins, no doubt. Azisla, to be precise. We came across it during the course of our investigations and decided it would be a shame to let it go to waste. And you will be taking this refitted relic to face the enemy head-on, yes? Perhaps my knowledge of the ultimate weapon will be of use. I'm counting on it, as it happens. But first, we'll need to perform a test run in the simulator before throwing you into battle. Come, we haven't much time. It's totally not your dead mom, Aldine. Oh god. Yes, unless I happened to be happened to be a child of someone in Azisla in the time of Alag, I think I'm probably safe. Oh my god. Coming battle duel Fadis G Warrior. Let's begin G Warrior. I've prepared 3 trials to teach you the basics. Alright. First, I want you to try attacking the guidance system. Don't worry, it won't fight back. What is going? I'm with a ranger weaponry. Now's your chance to learn what it's capable of. Okay, hang on. Pyretic Booster, Safety Lock is on, preventing use of Pyretic Booster, Ethereal Aegis, Auto Heal Penalty, EP Generation. Okay. Deals unexpected damage with a... Yep. Weapon skills in succession, so this is a ranged attack, this is a melee attack, another ranged Ultimate Buster. Deals unexpected damage with a potency thing to all enemies in a straight line. Alright. Big AoE, big melee combo. Deals unexpected damage of 300 to target and all enemies nearby it. Okay. More traditional AoE. Increases target's damage taken by 20%. Damn. Auto restoration. Heal up stuff on a 25-second cooldown. And then there's... Yeah, okay. Cool. Alright, Yeah, that's whatever, but... Cool. Right, so I probably want to use a mine and then melee the thing to death. Probably hit this on cooldown, honestly. Oh no, actually that just has... You can just use that however you want. Oh, except not really, because... Yeah. Alright, so I should probably hit that. 30%, 3,000. Okay, cool. So far so good. Let's move on to something a bit more advanced, shall we? G-Warrior also comes equipped with a Pyretic booster, which diverts even more power to increase its speed and maneuverability. This, however, comes at a price. Activating it places a huge strain on the G-Warrior, so it only uses in short bursts. That's why it's best to practice here before heading into battle. Much improved, but that's true. Right, starts chipping away at your health. Okay. Water Restoration can mitigate, yep, some of the damage, which I should be using on cooldown, honestly. Alright. This time the node will launch wide-reaching attacks in quick succession, but with your increased movement speed, you should be able to... Alright. That's neat. Some work, Haldane. You best deactivate the Pyretic booster while I explain the final trial. Okay. We've covered offense, now to look at defense. This is where the Ethereal Aegis should come in handy. Unfortunately, you can't keep the barrier up indefinitely as it will drain G-Power's power reserves, so you might even run out of energy for weapons, so watch it. Let's try deploying it. Oh, that's the wrong button. Fuck. Last trial, we use the Ethereal Aegis while attempting to destroy the target. Alright. Unlike before, there is no way to escape its attacks, so you'll need to weather them using the barrier. Alright. Natural. Alright, that's everything. Time to end the simulation. God, that thing looks so cool. I've honestly been thinking some, like, combo of that actual, color palette would work well for the, Huh? Oh. Would work well for, like an aesthetic for the summoner. Like, words. Like, that's the kind of glamour I'd want to go for. Sufficiently prepared? Yes, I'm ready. Then we should depart for Turncliffe at once. Alright, now to do it for real. Seems they were expecting us. But who's the pilot? Wait, is that the Sapphire weapon? Aldine, we're almost there. You better have your wits about you. Initiate combat mode. Let's be a fucking weeb. Oh my god, this is gonna be... This would be so funny if my warrior was doing that, because that's absolutely not how she'd handle this scenario. G warrior, engage. I just skipped Sid's dialogue too. Oops. I shouldn't have done that. Sounds awfully familiar. Oh, actually, hold on a sec. I need to change something in Moobot. There we go. So, I know when I streamed the Ruby Weapon trial initially, like, that got stuck in my head, but now that I've actually listened to it after re-listening to the Ultima soundtrack, no. Beat the heart of Sabik, the heart of Sabik. No, I actually can't hear beef salt tacos anymore. Sorry. Is that actually the Sapphire weapon? Jesus. It is. Afford to lose. It's all or nothing. Damn it, they're not showing me who it is. Activating Oversoul. What, already? Hydros combat sample ready. Overriding thing. I will be monitoring the situation from the air. Follow my instructions and eliminate the target. Gundam versus Kaiju. Gundam versus Kaiju Gundam, basically. Shit, then I should remember who that is then. Why am I so... Oh, that is the regular zoom out. Oh, God. Fuck, I got hit. Damn it. Ooh. Oh my god, no. No, fuck. Now I understand why I have this filler button. Because I can actually run out of fucking ether doing the melee. Regular. Do I actually know that name? Oh, Jesus. No, don't get... Oh, god damn it. Oh god, no. Ooh, that's inside. Ooh. Why did I just move in? Oh my god. That freaked me out for a second. Huh? Oh dear. Bad. Whoa. Please no. Or I could not listen to you and do this instead. Oh, God. How did I miss one of the turrets? God damn it. No, oh my god. Tab targeting, please. Oh shit, okay. I need to kill it. Alright, so what's gonna hatch out of this one? The target has been silenced. This damn squid never stood a chance. Understood. Now that the immediate threat has been dealt with, we should counter what information we can in Turncliffe. That can't be it. Oh. I guess we're here now. We did well to pilot the G-Warrior so adeptly in so short a time. And with the weapon largely intact, Sid and his researchers should be able to gather a wealth of valuable information. Before it is dismantled, perhaps we should take one last look upon our fallen foe. Yeah, I was gonna say, if we just, like... How familiar are you with some of the locations in FF7 besides Midgar? Not very. This is gonna be bad. Like, I should know that something's up. Like, uh-oh. Ah, it was him. We should have known Father and his friends would track us down sooner or later. Now they're at our doorstep and the sapphire weapon still isn't ready. This location is very inspired by a town in 7 called Junon. Even so, should still be able to fend them off. At least buy us some time. Not quite how I'd imagined it, but it seems as good as any, as good a way to die as any. Rex, Rykon, why are you still here? You're supposed to be moving the other weapons to a safe location. You can take care of that while I pilot the sapphire weapon. What? What are you talking about? I'm the pilot, not you. There's no need to put your life on the line. Besides, it's still incomplete. You can barely perform basic maneuvers, so it'll be practically useless in a real fight. We have a solution. Oversoul. You want to end up like Milisandia? No, of course not. Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But she didn't give her life in vain. The ruby weapon left behind data that's been used to improve the system, to prevent any further malfunctions. What difference does that make? Once Oversoul is activated and the pilot fuses with the core, there's no way back. That's why I should be the one to pilot the sapphire weapon, not you, Rex. Alphonse needs you. You and I both know I'm the least qualified pilot we have. There's less to lose if I don't make it back. No, I won't let you. This is getting very anime. Please, Rex, hear me out. Ever since we were children, I was the smallest, the weakest, too afraid to stand up for myself. But I had the best brothers and sisters a boy could wish for. You were always there for me, protected me. Now it's my turn to protect you. Take the other weapons and get out of here. See this through to the end. Do it for me. For Milisandia. I'm counting on you, Rex. You always did have a stubborn streak. Alright, Rykon. I won't let you down. Just promise you'll wait for me. On the other side. We'll meet again, brother. I like how you pointed that out. I like how you pointed out the color-coded thing before. Newest girl, immediately for the game to go, you thought the hair color was going to suggest what weapon they were going to use. We got you. Where Shinra uses a giant Mako cannon on the cliffside to obliterate Sapphire weapon. Oh, okay. So, yeah, parallels. I'd have to go back into that town, but there was something in that. There was something in the music that was there that did make me initially think 7, but it made me happier than I had any right to be. And now, I've finally found my purpose. I have no regrets. Come on, Sapphire. We may be far from perfect, but we have a job to do. Let's give Father something to remember us by. I'm sure the fact we just got that vision when we're this far away from the weapon and the person in those visions is absolutely no cause for worry at all. The Echo, I presume. What did it reveal to you? Raikon. My poor boy. You were braver than most could ever hope to be. And countdown to explosion. It's as we feared. I'm sorry, Gaius. First Melisandre, and now Raikon. Must find the remaining weapons and end this madness. I guess the reason nothing happened is, like, what they said in the cutscene, where there's, like, the Sapphire weapon's kind of incomplete, so it wouldn't have done the thing it did with, Ruby, but... Tell me, what do you make of Gaius Balsar? I understand the two of you have been acquainted since his days as the Black Wolf. He claims to have shed his pelt when he took up the hunt for Ascians, but he's still the same man deep down. Certainly kept quiet about having a flock of foster children back in the Empire, though. It seems he would rather bare his teeth to his former masters than allow harm to come to them. And try as I might, I cannot make sense of it. Does he truly fight for the good of mankind, as he would have us all believe? Or is he merely biding his time before he reveals his true colours? Whatever the answer may be, in the end he will always be a Garlean. And though there may be honourable men and women among them, they have suffered much and more as a result of their conquests. Barbaric campaigns in which Gaius Balsar played no small part. My first encounter with the Garleans was 20 years ago, shortly after the fall of Alamigo. They continued their march into the lands that had long been home to the Dusklights. We sought to repel the invaders, but we were woefully unprepared. Our bows and arrows were no match for their magitech, and even our most powerful magics did little to slow their advance. I fought on the front line, but was knocked unconscious in the opening exchange. When I came to, I was alone. The rest of my unit slaughtered. I hurried back to my village to look for my wife and daughter, only to find the place deserted. My search lasted for days, then weeks, then months. It seemed they had disappeared without a trace. Finally learned from 2 Imperials held at Bittermill that the villagers had been captured and used as test subjects for the poison gas that would later be known as Black Rose. They were never seen again. For For 20 long years I roamed aimlessly, with nothing but hatred to keep me alive. I eventually found myself at the order of the Twin Adder, who offered me a place among their ranks. The desire for revenge was the only thing I had left, so without a moment's hesitation I accepted. Were it not for the war with Garlemald, I would have been loath to work alongside the city-dwelling Gridanians, who for so long have treated my kind as outcasts. But none of that mattered anymore. It all culminated with Operation Archon. As you led the charge into the Praetorium, we were right behind you, and when the place came crumbling down, most of us were caught in the rubble. I escaped with my life, though many others were less fortunate. Having dragged myself free from the rubble, I sought a way out. It was then that I encountered none other than Gaius Balsar, on the verge of death. The gods had delivered to me the man whose conquests had robbed me of everything. I was poised and ready to exact my revenge, and then he spoke. I will not beg for mercy, I only ask that you stay your hand a while longer. I cannot die until I have rid the world of the Ascian menace, and for millennia mankind has danced to their tune, but no more. Then, once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. I would have struck him down there and then had I not sensed the truth in his words. So I decided to grant him stay of execution and join him on his hunt. All this time I've kept a close eye on Gaius. Though he is ever on the watch for pursuers, he has granted me ample opportunity to slay him if I so choose. I still might, if he shows even the slightest sign of betraying our agreement. But for now, the Ascians are my chosen quarry. If they are indeed the ones pulling the Empire's strings, then it shall not end until they have been eradicated, every last one. If I could not save my kin, there are those who may yet be spared the horrors of war. Unfortunately, dealing with the Ascians will have to wait until we have brought an end to Garlemald's weapon project. Though we may have vanquished 2 of the new weapons, we must take every effort to prepare for whatever the Garleans throw at us next. Perhaps Severa can tell us whether the Ironworks engineers have uncovered any information of note? I mean, if it's an incomplete weapon, we're honestly probably not going to actually get that much from it. Although that also means that there's less of an ability to actually cover things up, which could work to our advantage. The Ironworks engineers are still at work dismantling the Sapphire weapon and investigating the Turncliffe Magitech facility. Though they have yet to make their report, they have some news to share at this juncture. Please wait here a moment. We've yet to finish our investigation, but I can give you a preliminary report. Were you able to recover anything of note? Before abandoning the facility, they'd attempted to destroy anything they couldn't take with them, including many of their research materials. Luckily, some information related to the Sapphire weapon's combat data was intact. Judging by what we saw during the battle, it was extracted from regular Van Hydrus, correct? It also appears that the Sapphire weapon was actually in an incomplete state, and therefore unable to perform at full capacity. Even so, it was immensely powerful. Had they been given the chance to finish it before we'd arrived, who knows how it would have ended. Indeed, we may not be so fortunate next time, so we must prepare for the worst. The Ironworks will continue to investigate the Sapphire weapon and look into the possible countermeasures. The Echo afforded you a glimpse into the conversation between Rykon and Rex prior to the weapon's deployment. Do you remember any other details? Improvements were made to the synthetic Aurosite system to prevent malfunctions. Then it was never their intent to create a manifestation of Nail Vandanus. But there's one thing that was intended. Oversoul. Its activation results in the pilot being absorbed by the core, killing them in the process. Rex and Rykon were fully aware of this, were they not? They were. Then the death of the pilot was by design all along. Alphonse, how could you? Sacrificing your own siblings to fuel these accursed war machines. Surely there was no cause worth paying such a price. Aye. Nothing is more precious than family. This nightmare is far from over. It appears that Rex has fled with the remaining weapons, and we can assume that Alphonse has every intention of sending them into battle. We must find a way to disable them before Oversalt can be activated. I have seen enough death. I do not wish to see any more. Then there is no time to waste. Let's be about it, guys. Severa, you're in charge here. Keep Sid and his team safe while they carry out the investigation. Understood. Please see that no harm comes to Gaius. Alright, I guess I'm... Oh. While we're gone, I need you to relay everything to the Resistance troops. Your first-hand account should prove useful. If there are any developments, we'll be sure to contact you. Okay. So, do I talk to... Who do I talk to? Oh, probably you. Ready to Girabania. Yes, thank you. There has been a question that struck me about, stuff that's been happening in this quest line. What happened to the kids while Gaius was in Eorzea? Because it sounds like Gaius was... It sounds like they were in Wurlit when Gaius was in Eorzea. And I would presume that the kids weren't brought along. But then the question becomes... like, Gaius didn't seem to trust anyone in the Empire with that information either. Which makes me think that either he has some confidant we're not aware of who would have looked after them, or he brought them with him. Welcome back. Sounds like you've been on quite the journey, all the way to Turncliffe. And judging by the fact you made it here in one piece, I trust everything went according to plan? I got to pilot a Gundam. Jealous. What an astonishing account. I wouldn't mind putting that G-Warrior through its paces myself. Certainly a lot more stimulating than supervising this rabble, I'd imagine. Anyway, as before, I'll compile the information to a report and leave it over there for your perusal. Should you feel so inclined, if we hear should you feel so inclined. If we hear anything from headquarters, we'll be sure to pass it on. Oh. Oh. Meanwhile... Wait, Gaius's Legion was the 7th, wasn't it? Or am I wrong about that? Uh-oh. What? Is that fucking... 14th, okay. 14th Legion, thank you. Also, hi, Doey. How's it going? Why did one of them look like Holric? That made me do a double take. One of those kids looked like Holric, and I was like, fucking excuse me? The 7th was, Nails. in 1.0. Right. That's where I got that confused. I knew I knew the 7th was relevant, but I didn't remember which occupation or campaign it was part of. I've come to deliver my report, Lord Valens. Is that a carton of milk on the... Valens and Vara. Ah, so have you returned... So you have returned, young Alfred. Or was it Alwick? Yikes. Not that it really matters, of course. I hear that you and your darling brothers and sisters have allowed the sapphire weapon to fall into the hands of the enemy. Do tell me it isn't so. I'm afraid that is the case, Lord Valens. Oh, come now. No need to be so sullen. As they say, to err's human, to forgive divine. You know how forgiving I can be, when it suits me. My god, it was. So tell me, whatever your name is, who is able to best the sapphire weapon? Our sources state that the one known as the Warrior of Light was assisted by Sid Garland and Gaius van Baelsar, my lord. Gaius. Yes, it seems he's been quite the troublemaker of late. Defecting from Garlemald, assassinating the Emperor. Whatever next? Ah well, there's no use crying over spilt milk. I'm sure that won't become relevant in a few seconds. Speaking of which, I've become quite the connoisseur once arriving in Wurlit. This particular variety comes from a rare breed of cow, you know. Only 100 of them in existence, and pampered every day of their lives. Is he about to draw a comparison between the cows and the kids? Because if so, I'm gonna gut this motherfucker. Yes, they are quite valuable. Until their milk dries up, that is. When it does, they are sent to the slaughterhouses like all the rest. For that is their lot in life. To be discarded once they have served their purpose. Did I create the ruby and sapphire weapons so that you could deliver them gift-wrapped to the enemy? I can see it now. Sidnan Garland rubbing his hands with glee at all the technological marvels we bestowed upon him. And you let Gaius van Baelsar, of all people, get the better of you. How do you think this reflects on me? The legatus of the 7th Legion, humiliated by that traitor. Humiliated, I say. The milkman cometh. There's only one way to deal with worthless provincial filth like you. Wait for me in the correction chamber. You need to be taught a lesson in obedience. Yes, my lord. Forgive my intrusion, Lord Valens, but it's time for your meeting with the head of the Magitech Development. Oh, how time flies when you're whipping useless soldiers into shape. Yes, I'll be along once I've made myself presentable. Can't have people thinking I've let my standards slip now, can I? What are you doing here? You wish to see me, Lord Valens? Did I now? Ah, yes, that's right. So you're Ali, yes? And you joined the military of your own free will along with your fellow orphans. Such devotion. What an inspiration you are. You see, it is my... fuck me. You see, it is my firm belief that love grants us the power to move mountains, to overcome any obstacle. Together, we shall discover the strength that lies within you. Take my hand, child. I will show you the way. Fucking excuse me? Okay. Collection reports written by the Resistance members. Gaius Balsar, pure-blooded Garlean and former legatus of the 14th Legion. During his time in the Empire, he was credited with the conquest of 5 cities. Extremely dangerous, though currently aligned against Garlean. Assumed dead following the Battle of Castra Meridianum, he survived and made the elimination of Ascians his primary objective, operating under the name Shadowhunter. The Ultima Weapon project he once helmed has since been taken over by the 7th Legion, prompting him to cooperate with the Eorzean Alliance in preventing new weapons from being developed and deployed. He has provided invaluable information on the Ruby weapon, though it has recently come to light that the pilot was an orphan once under his care. There is a possibility that he may betray us and return to the Empire, so he must be monitored closely. Name, Ruby Weapon. War Machina developed by the 7th Imperial Legion as a successor to the Ultima Weapon. Our sources indicate that, like the original, it is able to absorb the ether of primals, which may be the cause of the vastly different appearance and combat capabilities. What? Our sources indicate that, like the original, it is able to absorb the ether of primals, which may be the cause of the vastly different appearance and combat capabilities. That sentence is structured like it's meant to be pointing out that the Ruby weapon is different fundamentally, and that's why the combat capabilities are different. But it says that they are alike in that they can absorb primals, whatever. The deployment of the Ruby weapon marked the first known case of the synthetic Aurosite system being used outside of Garlean territory. The combat data of Nail Vandanus, former legatus of the 7th Imperial Legion, was used to enhance the War Machina's combat capabilities. Shortly after its deployment in the Gimlet Dark, a team led by the Warrior of Light intercepted it and rendered it inoperable. Garland Ironworks carried out a thorough investigation of the wreckage. Sapphire weapon, yep. Second known case of the synthetic Aurosite system being used in open combat, employing the combat data of Regular Van Hydrus, former legatus of the 6th Imperial Legion. Evidence indicates that the War Machina was in an incomplete state, and Oversoul was used to mitigate the mechanical deficiencies. It was deployed off the coast of Wurlit and sent into battle with Garland Ironworks' G-Warrior, piloted by Aldine Felspark. It was then rendered inoperable but structurally intact, with only superficial damage sustained. Nice. Milisandia, pilot of the Ruby weapon. All other information regarding the subject was gained via verbal testimony of Gaius Balsar and must therefore be considered as potentially unreliable. Her parents were killed when their homeland on the imperial territory of Wurlis was struck by an epidemic. She was later taken into the care of Gaius with several other orphans. She was despondent and introverted at first, but through the guidance of Alphonse, the eldest of the orphans, she grew to become more assertive and self-assured. Little is known of how she came to pilot the Ruby weapon. According to Gaius, her emotional attachment to Alphonse may have been what compelled her to participate in this dangerous mission. The report delivered by Sid Garland following the preliminary examination of the Ruby weapon's remains states that Milisander's body was fused with its core, with no vital signs detected. Estimated age at time of death, 20 years old. Rykon, pilot of the Ruby weapon. Yep, testimony from Gaius. Born and raised in Werlit until his parents died in an epidemic, after which he was taken into the care of Gaius in an Imperial orphanage. Though he lacked the physical prowess of his peers, his high degree of dexterity made him ideally suited to maintaining equipment and similar tasks. Even after joining the military, he remained shy and withdrawn. However, on occasions where the safety of his friends was threatened, he would not hesitate to defend them. He later replaced the designated pilot of the Sapphire weapon, fellow Orphan Rex, and was absorbed by the weapons core upon activating Oversoul. Estimated age at time of death, 17 years old. Blood of Emerald. Sid's investigation in Turncliffe has led to startling revelations. That's good to see you, Aldine. I'm pleased to report that Master Garlean and the others uncovered a fair bit of useful information at the Imperial facility in Turncliffe. In fact, he'd like you to rendezvous with Gaius in the town square, where he'll reveal what they found. Once you're ready to depart, your escort will lead you the way. Is that a different resistance fighter than before? I guess they need different NPCs to take you to different towns, so that does make sense. Alright, y'all, what have you found? Now that you are here, perhaps Sid will finally deign to dispense his findings. Severa, inform him of Aldine's arrival. Thanks for coming. So what have you discovered? To tell the truth, we were lucky to obtain any information at all, considering the lengths to which the Imperials went in covering their tracks. You see, the hangar below was not just used to store the weapons, but played a critical role in their creation. We now know the code names given to 3 of the weapons: Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Obviously, we are familiar with the first 2, but the third is something of an unknown quantity. At the very least, this confirms the existence of another one of those abominations. At the very least? The problem lies in ascertaining its whereabouts. None of the locals have seen anything resembling a weapon being transported either by land or air. Which of course leaves only one option: the sea. According to what fragmented data we were able to recover, the Emerald weapon is equipped with aquatic capabilities, much like the Sapphire. Meaning that its escape from Turncliffe would have gone undetected, and could potentially be anywhere by now. But if Alphonse plans to have it absorb more primals, the logical choice would be Eorzea. Traveling by sea would allow him to circumvent the front line at Gimlet entirely. The Alliance must be alerted at once. Hold your chocobos, Severa. It seems that the Emerald weapon was still incomplete when the 7th Legion withdrew from Turncliffe. It's far more likely it was transported to another facility in order to add the finishing touches. If your supposition is correct, that would narrow our search to but 2 possible locations: Castrum Marinium in the Rotano Sea, and Castrum Occidens in eastern Lunertia. Both of which are known to harbour remnants of the 14th Legion. Something. Fuck. Your former subordinates, Gaius. Be that as it may, our objective is unchanged. Valdeulin, you and Severa will make your way to Castrum Occidens, while Aldine and I head for Castrum Marinum. Or Marinum. Should we locate the Emerald weapon, we'll give the signal to dispatch the G-Warrior and eliminate it before it can be activated. Sorry to disappoint you, but we're still repairing the damage it sustained during the encounter with the Sapphire weapon. While Allagan machinery has its uses, it's a bugger to find replacement parts in a pinch. We've actually been working to... It's so sad he doesn't get to pilot it. That's cute. I've actually been working to expand its already impressive arsenal, but the G-Warrior itself is in no fit state for combat. While I'm aware this is a far from adequate replacement, I can provide an Ironworks submersible to help Aldine and Gaius reach Castrum Marinum. I'll have one sent ahead to Vesper Bay. Oh god, Vesper Bay. Submersible, eh? I don't much like the sound of that. Perhaps Sever and I should count ourselves fortunate that our destination can be approached by land. Pray you have a safe journey. Watch yourself out there, Aldine. It's alright, I'm sad I can't pilot the Gundam again, but I guess I'll live. It is time we departed. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. Pray return to the waking sea. I just want a clip of Gaius saying that instead. That would be fucking amazing. Oh shit, we're here. As per Master Garland's instructions, the submersible is ready when you are. But before you depart, I've received some scraps of intelligence regarding your opponent from my colleagues in Turncliff. Apparently it uses some sort of levitating hand-like appendages. 6 of them, in fact, though we're not quite sure what purpose they serve. Sounds like having eyes in the back of your head might come in handy, but that's all we know, I'm afraid. And you have our thanks. After all, forewarned is forearmed. No, Gaius, it has 6 arms, not 4. No. The emerald weapon has indeed been transported to this castrum. It would need to enter via the dry dock. We shall do likewise. As one might expect, there are measures in place to keep our intruders, out intruders, but the security systems can be tricked into recognizing us as an Imperial vessel. That said, infiltrating the facility is merely the first step. Should the emerald weapon be activated, it is only a matter of time before the pilot uses Oversoul. You must silence the War Machina before this happens, and failing that, grant the poor soul at its helm the mercy of a swift death. Had these wounds healed more quickly, I could have gone with you, but I fear I would only slow you down. As such, I shall provide what support I can from afar. Whatever happens, the emerald weapon must be defeated at all costs. Oh, damn, okay. Oh, Shadowbringer's Trials, right, that's a thing. Oh, 5 minutes, alright. This might be quick. Right. So, I want to go to somewhere in Stormblood to level Black Mage. That should be fine. Alrighty then. Seed bulb this way. Oh, that's the only one I can do. I think that one was 61, wasn't it? Yeah. Damn. Oh, that's right. I should really make another, Actually, random question. I've got a bunch of, materia that I'm, like, just not gonna use. Like, I think, like, there's, like, weird jumps in quality, so, like, Savage Materia 6 is better than Materia 7. But I believe just item level requirements means you can't put them in newer gear, like put older ones in newer gear. So should I sell the materia on the message or on the market boards? Should I just vendor them or should I keep them? Because I really don't know what to actually do with them. You get more from the market board than shops. Well, obviously, but, like, is that stuff actually in demand that it would, like, net me a decent amount of money more? Or is it, like, you might as well just sell them to a shop because you're not going to get that much? I recommend keeping 6 and up once you decide what to spec out. Well, okay, sure, but, like, the rest of it... Depends on the specific material, honestly. Yeah, fair enough. Fuck. I guess I'll just dump... I'll probably just dump the material on a, Attendant? No. I forget what the name is. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Oh, we still got there. Good. I'm sorry? Pardon? No, I'm gonna lose it. Fuck. What is this? Oh, I just went to 0 mana. Whoops. Oh no. I might be in some trouble here. Oh my god, use your healing abilities, you piece of shit! Fucking dumbass chocobo retainer, thank you. He just wasn't using the big heal. What the fuck? What the fuck was that Forlorn Maiden thing? When doing any Fate in Stormblood area, there's a small chance that a Forlorn Maiden will spawn while the Fate is progressing. If the Maiden is killed before the Fate is completed, you will get the Twist of Fate buff for a 50% XP bonus on your next Fate if the current... Well, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that that probably is lost if you die. But I guess we'll go find out. It's an interesting mechanic, though. Do a lot of fates in an area, eventually get that buff, which gives you more XP from all of the fates you do. Or the next fate that you do. It's neat. Uh-huh. Less than 5 minutes, right? someone else is here. Oh. Nice. Still got it. Hell yeah. I should probably get the one that's at 60 because I don't know what the penalty is if you're doing something that you're underleveled for, but I'm pretty sure it affects experience, so I'd rather not waste this on a thing I'm only going to get partial thing from. Huh. You know, going into Ice Phase with a fire starter proc isn't actually a good idea. Because what can happen is that because you apply the astral, because you apply Astral Fire at the end of the cast, if it's instant, you actually have less time to get your Fire 4s off before having to use another Fire spell to continue Astral thing. Oh, shit. Always getting that last hit off. But yeah, like, if you consider the GCD, right? So, yeah, this is fine, it's fine. So, this is the start of your cast, this is usually the end of the GCD, right? So at the moment, the cast kind of goes more or less to the GCD for this example, but if you hit an instant, Astral Fire is applied at this moment, and then you have until you reach the end of the GCD to start casting again, which means you already wasted a GCD of Astral Fire, whereas if you get Astral Fire basically at the end of your cast, you're like a GCD ahead of compared to having an instant proc. So it just makes the timing a bit tighter. It's not impossible, but you should probably not be leaving Firestarter procs before heading into your ice phase once you get Fire 4. Like, it's probably only a problem in the circumstances where, like, you know that you're going to be cast interrupted at some point during this cast sequence, so you may have to you may only get to cast 2 Fire 4s and then a regular fire just to keep the, just to keep your Astral Fire up. Also, that was, like, a significant chunk of XP there. I wonder how rare that, Forlorn... No, not you. I wonder how rare that Forlorn Maiden is. We're able to find out all the details about the Forlorn Maidens and Fabled Forlorn itself. The only thing we don't know for sure is when, why the Maidens or the Forlorn will spawn, but so far... Oh, while doing fates in the Stormblood areas, there is also a very, very small chance that the Forlorn itself will spawn. Same rules apply as the Maidens, but with the Forlorn, you will instead get a different version of Twist of Fate that increases it by 250... increases your XP by 250%. Holy shit. That's nuts. Ooh. 60. Excuse me. No. Oh my god, the fucking... Wow, why are there so many people doing this fate? Oh, I'll do that one. Actually, can I just fly over? Yeah, I can fly over the gap. I see you made quick work of those green recruits. I'd be disappointed with aught less from the bloody hero of the realm. Yeah, imagine a fucking Warrior of Light just attacked by 20 green recruits and gets beaten. Oh, God. 60? Oh, no, that's fine. Oh, nice. Okie dokie. New weapon. Can't wait to fail this one. How are we going for time? Alright, it's been an hour and a half and we're doing the next weapon. This is it, the emerald weapon. I've been expecting you, Hero Veorzia. Look, Father, this is the power that we command. We are really close to the boss. Oh, this is already fucking nuts. Holy shit. Ah! Okay. Okay. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Them's some mechanics. Oh my... Oh, there goes the fucking tank. Ooh. Oh my god, he's burning off the fucking platform. Oh my god, why? Oh god, they're incorporating the near raid mechanics. Why did... Okay, that was weird. Oh dear. Okay. Fucking... Okay, I clearly don't actually understand that mechanic. You gonna have a phase 2 too? Oh. Yep. Oh boy. Oh. Damn it, Rex. Rex, what have you done? Gaius? I like to think that the Black Wolf talks like Gaius used to talk. I ate so much shit during my first run of this. I believe it. I can tell how. Okay. Fucking really? Oh my... Oh, that's bad. This is fine. I think. Yep. No. Huh? Oh. Oh, okay. Whew. Hey Charles, how's it going? God damn. Let it. There it is. Oh, everyone's gone. Rip. Holy fuck. Ha. Okay, that was weird. Doing good. How's the trials going? So I did, like, surprisingly well against Emerald Weapon, compared to my first time against Ruby Weapon, where I died several times. But I think those mechanics just made a lot more sense to me immediately, so I understood what was going on. And luckily, being a summoner, I have a lot of instants, so I can just move around all the time and still do a lot of damage. And so it ends. Why would Rex throw away his life for this? You are right. If I am ever to learn the truth, I must concentrate on the task at hand. Of course, we do not need to wait for Sid's analysis to tell us whose combat data was used on this occasion. It galls me to think that my techniques and strategies could be so closely replicated. Nevertheless, the observations I made during the battle may yet prove useful. As a matter of fact, that was not the only information I was able to gather. I intercepted a signal that revealed the troops stationed here were permitted to withdraw, seemingly in return for assisting the 7th Legion. They must have known that the Alliance would follow the Emerald Weapon here sooner or later, made good their escape. Meaning the way is now clear for Sid to inspect the War Machina's remains. Got destroyed by the big laser in the first phase when I was main tanking. Yeah, I believe it. Got here as soon as we could. Not that we could have done anything to prevent this tragedy. From what we know, it seems that the Emerald Weapon was ilm for ilm a great deal more powerful than the previous two. This is allowed to continue, who knows what sort of monstrosity the 7th Legion will conceive next. Nevertheless, Aldine has once proven himself capable of overcoming the worst the Empire has at its disposal. You may be relieved to hear that Castrum Occidens was free of anything resembling a weapon. Unfortunately, it was also devoid of any useful leads. We came away empty-handed. In all honesty, part of me wishes we had never found the Emerald Weapon. Perhaps then Rex would not have been forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. I only hope that he is finally at peace. We will do what we can to spare others from sharing his fate. I and the Ironworks will search this place from top to bottom for clues as to the 7th Legion's plans. Before that, allow me to sweep the area for booby traps and the like. I would not put it past the Imperials to have left a few surprises for us. Agreed. I'll go with you. With that in mind, I'll begin my examination of the Emerald Weapon. Carefully, that is. Has the Echo worked for us on, like, dead people before? Like, the whole idea is that you can, like, peer into the walls of the soul, or pierce the walls of the soul of someone, breach the wall of the soul of a person, so that, like, you can see their memories and shit. Has that ever happened to someone who's dead? Oh, actually, I feel like we've done it on inanimate objects before. Alphonse, you knew all this time, didn't you? Melisandre and Rykon, too. Everyone except me. And you, Rex. Yes, that's what the synthetic Aurosite system is. The fusion between pilot and core is the key to Oversoul. And unless we use it, we don't have a chance of beating Father's newfound friends. They stand between us and the primals, without which the weapons will never reach their full potential. We thought that if you knew the truth about Oversoul, you'd try to stop us. We got echo flashes from Ardbert. Well, yes. Well, okay, so let me be more specific then. Have we ever received images from someone yeah, so not someone who is dead. Like Ardbert's soul is with us. That's different because that's like a person's like life force in this universe, and also the thing we directly see visions from. Like I'm talking about, have we been near a corpse, someone who's been long dead, and have we received visions? Because that seems to suggest one of... if that's not the case, this seems to suggest one of two things. Rex isn't quite dead yet, or, like, his spirit is kind of, like, diffusing, going back to the ethereal sea, and we're kind of getting a glimpse of it as it goes. Like, it's not a really important thing, but, like, I sat there for a moment going, wait, is that actually consistent with how this works? But I feel like it probably is. Of course I would. But what I don't understand is why all of you are so willing to give your lives for the weapon project. What is it all for? It all began the day Father left. Without his guidance, his protection, the Garleans lost any respect they once had for us. But their cruelty pales in comparison to Valen's. To him, conscripts like us are expendable commodities, an endless supply of test subjects for his twisted experiments. But no matter what they do to us, we will never lose hope. If it is the duty of the strong to lead the weak, we will become strong and protect those who cannot protect themselves. This is literally $4 reasoning. Only one I can think of right now is in ARR when we get the Echo to show us what Livia did at the Waking Sands. No, but, no, that person was alive when that happened. They were dying, but... yeah, but I guess if that's the closest, then that's probably an answer in and of itself. Well, okay, sorry. I guess it's not entirely $4 reasoning, but there's, like, a very clear parallel here where it's like, no, but if we ingratiate ourselves to the Garleans and gain strength through that, then we can do things. It was from the dead Sylph, right? No, the Sylph wasn't dead. They were dying. Like, they died in front of us when it happened. Sorry, 1 second. Listen, man, ARR was a long time ago. Yeah, I understand. Like, I guess having gone through it 4 times very recently myself, like, I remember that very vividly. The weapon project will give us the strength we need. We will create a world where people like us live without fear of persecution. We want you to see this world We want you to see this new world for yourself, Ali. even if we must give our lives to make it a reality. But why me? The years spent serving the Empire have changed us all, except you, Allie. Even after everything you've seen, you're still the caring, innocent girl we grew up with. More than any of us, you deserve a chance at happiness. That's what we all agreed. Allie, listen to me. Right now, the soldiers assigned to watch over us have been called away to the capital. Now is our chance to get you out of here. Then why don't you come with me? If Alphonse and I were to run away now, they'd only force others to take our place. Can't let that happen. This is our way of upholding the ideals Father instilled in us. Our lives are a small price to pay for Werlit's freedom. No. How can you expect me to leave you behind? I won't do it. We will forever be at your side, Ellie. Rex, take her to the holding cells. No! Let me go! So win or lose, the plan is to hand over the castrum to Father, is that right? Yes. They'll take Allie into their custody before the Garleans return, while you will be free to pilot the Emerald weapon without her interfering. Can't let her hinder the completion of the weapon project. Sorry, hang on, let me read that again. So win or lose, the plan is to hand over the castrum to Father. They'll take Allie into their custody before the Garleans return, while you will be free to pilot the Emerald weapon without her interfering. So Allie is still in the facility somewhere, and they're intending for them... Okay. I'm counting on you, Alphonse. Don't let our sacrifices be in vain. Rex, have you forgotten what I told you? You mustn't use Oversoul. Can't you lose you too? We both know I can't win without it. Besides, we need the combat data of the Emerald weapon fighting in its peak if we're to have any chance of perfecting the synthetic Aurosite system. You know I'm not the sort to do things by halves. Forgive me, Rex. Don't you worry about me. If this is where I meet my end, I'll do it with a smile on my face. The rest is up to you, Alphonse. So they're basically entrusting Allie to us. Interestingly. Speak of the devil. This is the girl you spoke of, yes? She was locked in a cell, but I saw no harm in letting her out. Can't say for certain, but it seems she's been through quite an ordeal. Oh, shit. No. Why, Rex? Why? Gaius, once we've extracted the core, we'll take it back to Turklet for analysis. Perhaps she should come with us. There's no use in her staying here. Severo is taking care of Ali, but it may be some time until her nerves are settled. If the vision you witness is indeed true, Alphonse and Rex locked her away for her own safety. When she is ready, I would know more of what her brother hopes to achieve and why he must resort to such desperate measures. Ali's condition has improved somewhat, but she remains in a state of shock. We must give her more time to recover. There is one other thing I thought you should know. When we checked her for injuries, we saw that her back is covered in welts and bruises. Who did this to her? It is, like, a really dark color compared to most. It seems she was subjugated to beatings on a regular basis, judging by the varied stages of bruising. I dare say this is the work of her Garlean masters. You speak as though you have seen this before. Uh-oh. Seen? I lived through it myself. I was born in Werlet, 23 summers past. My mother was a local woman, but my father was a pure-blooded Garlean and a member of the occupying forces. Maybe that's why her third eye looks weird. Or she's wearing something... Or she's wearing, like, some kind of, like, jewel or something on her forehead to kind of replicate it, maybe. Though I know very little about him, his rank afforded me imperial citizenship. His acknowledgement of our familial ties with the extent of the responsibility he took for bringing me into this world. Still, it is more than can be said for most of his ilk. My mother and I were shunned by the people of Werlet, who treated us as badly as the Garleans did, if not worse. I thought that if I were to become an imperial soldier, my position might somehow deter those who would cast scorn on my mother, if only out of fear, and so I joined the army. The acceptance I earned was but temporary, however, and my superiors were quick to blame any perceived shortcomings on my savage lineage. Rather than waste time on official court-martials, they administered their own form of corporal punishment. I was eventually assigned to the 12th Legion and fought under Xenosier Galvus in Alamigo. In the chaos that followed our defeat, I seized the opportunity to flee to Werlet. While it was never much of a home, it was all I had, but nothing could prepare me for what awaited. My mother had for many years suffered from poor health and relied on medicine to keep her alive. In my absence, the Garleans had denied her treatment, claiming that it would be wasted on savages. By the time I could return to her side, there was naught I could do. There was nothing left for me in Werlet. I would be punished for desertion if the Imperials discovered the reason for my return, and I was never accepted by my so-called countrymen to begin with. I ran as far as my legs could carry me. It was then that I met Gaius. So that is the truth of it. Other than a few scant details, I knew naught of yours past. It sickens me to think that I once fought under the same banner as such vile creatures. I'd always believed it to be the duty of the strong to lead the weak. Yet there are those who become drunk on power. Yet there are those who become drunk on the power afforded by their station and prey on the ones they should protect. Like a canker, this corruption has spread to every part of the Empire. Even those with Garlean blood, such as myself, are subjugated to their cruelty. They hold particular contempt for the Al-Ra, an easy target for abuse being so few in number. Perhaps, like me, Ali thought she would be spared such treatment once she joined the army. Alas. I only hope that with time, Ali can put the past behind her and make a new life for herself. But for now, all we can do is wait for her delirium to subside. It is Valdalen's turn to keep watch. Let us ask him if there has been any change. I suppose you're here to ask about Ellie. Is she well enough to speak with us? As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue stress. Wait here. Ellie, I'm sorry. What happened to Rex? It was my fault. And Melisandre and Rykon too. They died because of me and my foolish ambitions. Father, no. This cannot go on. Please, Ellie. You must tell me all you know. Of course. First, I need to know what became of you and your siblings after we were parted. So much has happened. It seems like a lifetime ago. After your disappearance, we were all assigned to the newly formed 7th Legion. At first, each legatus was quickly replaced by the next, until eventually, a man named Valens van Varo was given command. He was sent from the capital, but before that, he was a specialist in experimental magitech weaponry. We later discovered that he was ordered by Emperor Varus to complete a project involving anti-primal war machina, the weapons. But after the Emperor's death, he was free to employ whatever methods he saw fit. His greed for power only grew. Some even say that looks like he's fucking T-posing. That really looks like he's fucking T-posing at the weapons. Oh, God. Some even say he's planning to use the power of the weapons to lay claim to the throne. But I think there's another reason for his obsession with the weapon project. Not that he'd ever tell anyone, but he's always muttering to himself. I've been able to put the pieces together. He's jealous of you, Father. Valens van Varo. I must admit, it was only recently that I first heard that name. Valens used his knowledge of magitech to devise various military strategies. He was given a position in the army and quickly rose through the ranks. That was until one man stood in his way. You, Father. He was one of the candidates to lead the new 14th Legion, but that role fell to you. After that, he was assigned to serve under a far more gifted engineer, Nero, who was in charge of restoring the ultimate weapon. Valens has resented you ever since, going so far as to oppose the ideals you upheld, where you treated those who served the Empire based on merit rather than on their race or origin. Valens is adamant that pure-blooded Garleans are superior to all others. It never ceases to amaze me how far some will go in the name of revenge. All that hatred festering away. Nothing good could ever come of it. So the marks on your body are his handiwork. Yes. To Valens and his men, we are no more than fodder for his experiments. Playthings on which they can vent their frustrations. Every day is filled with nothing but pain. If I had remained in Garlemald, you would never have been forced to endure this abuse. It's not your fault, Father. You could have fled from Valens if you'd wanted to. After all, we're expendable and easily replaced. The truth is that it's exactly why we couldn't run. In saving ourselves, we'd be condemning others. But if we were to stay, to see the weapon project to its completion, we would gain the power to defeat Valens, and then the Empire itself, freeing the world from its tyranny. That way we might start afresh, find a place we can call home. And not just for us, but for anyone who wishes to live in peace. You would give your lives for a future you may not live to see. We took courage from your teachings, Father. The strong must lead the weak, and we would gain gain that strength by whatever means necessary. We will fight for the sake of those who cannot. But we knew that you'd never consent to our participation in the weapon project, which is why we couldn't turn to you for help. As the pilots, we're the only ones who are able to stop Valen's. We know just how powerful the weapons are. He would use them to bring the world to its knees. And his masterpiece is the worst of them all. If only I could get my hands on it, then I could save Alphonse and all of Werlet. Was that a thought just now, or... Father, I know you and Alphonse stand on opposing sides of this conflict, but there must be some way you can help him. He may have called you our enemy before, but he never meant it. He still loves you, Father. You are everything he aspires to be. I have failed him. Failed you all. But I refuse to abandon him to his fate. I will free him from Valen's, but it's the last thing I do. Thank you. He needs you. Now more than ever. Listen, Ali. I once sought the strength to rebuild the world as I saw fit. But the ultimate weapon was born not to create, but to destroy. Alphonse must not follow in my footsteps. I know all too well where they lead. I will do all I can to help your brother. Pray tell me where he is. He's... I'm sorry. I don't know where he could be. In that case, I shall have the Alliance dispatch scouts. Wherever he is, we will find him. As for you, Ali, you must stay here and rest. Wait. You're the one who fought Rex Rykon and Milisandia, aren't you? We're the ones who threatened your homeland. You only did what you had to do. I have no right to ask this of you, but... Lend my father your strength. Save Alphonse. I know now why they call you hero. Oh, it is like a thought bubble. Okay. Alphonse, I'll do what I must to free you, even if it means going against Father's wishes. But I have a good feeling about his new friend. So here's an interesting thought. Or... So... We've seen that text box before. Specifically, it was Ardbert talking to us in patches after... Well, in patches of Shadowbringers. I don't remember which patch it was introduced, but I know it was one of them. And I guess the idea there is that that's not someone talking, but someone, like, speaking their mind, or something similar, right? However, up until this point, we've only ever seen that as a thing for us to hear only. This is the first time that, like, the player has been let known what someone is thinking without, like, an already defined mechanic like the echo. And from the camera work just then, where, like, it fixed on Ali, who has a thought, and then cut back to us. Are we hearing that? Like, is the Warrior of Light hearing that, or is that just, like, for the convenience of the player, basically letting us know kind of what's up? Because obviously there are cutscenes in the game that we can't possibly see via the echo. It's just kind of like regular storytelling cutaways to show something happening at the same time. And, you know, I believe it's for the player. Yeah, like, I would assume so. Because, well, because the Warrior of Light is not going... Who the hell just said that? But, like... yeah, it's, like, really subtle, and I assume that's probably the case, but I wonder if that's going to be a thing. Like, because it uses the same... like... Because, like, Kryl can do something similar in the opposite direction? Like, essentially being able to communicate with anything that has a soul? But yeah, like, that's incredibly inconclusive and doesn't really, like, probably doesn't mean all that much in the grand scheme of things. But, I saw that. It's like with Ace Attorney, it's like that thing with Ace Attorney where the blue text is clearly meant to be thoughts, but there are certain people who seem to be able to clearly, like, understand that is being said, whether they're explicitly understanding it or Phoenix just portrays those thoughts very clearly on his face. Etc. See that she has everything she needs. Our allies must be informed of these troubling events. May I ask you to relay this news to the troops in Giribania? Your loving father act may fool the others, Gaius, but not me. For every life you've saved, you've ended 1,000 more. Or is this your idea of redemption? Call it what you will. For all my transgressions, I believe I still have a part to play. Was I wrong to spare you that day? Or will you honor your word? It seems the time has come for the Black Wolf to show his true colors. My only Phoenix Wright knowledge is from objection memes. Oh, yeah. That is definitely fair. I sure am. Much to think about. We recently received word of your victory over the Emerald Weapon. I expect it was another fine display on your part. Not that any of us were there to see it. For that reason, we'd be grateful if you could give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. So it had 6 arms. Good grief. Sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with. Rather you than me. Shall add this to our ever-growing stack of reports, should anyone wish to review this information ahead of the next sortie. Now, if I may say so, it looks like your ordeals have taken their toll. We'll let you know if anything requires your attention, but until then, be sure to get some rest. I guess also the YouTube videos of the characters having arguments from famous Tumblr posts. Yeah. Also Discord conversations. Those are fucking hilarious too. Meanwhile... oh boy. Hey guys, did you know Valens is evil? Let us show him beating a man to death. 3 weapons. 3 pitiful displays of ineptitude. Oh. Whew, okay. To make matters worse, one of my prime candidates, your precious sister, no less, has escaped. He's getting the kids to do it? I was gonna make a joke about kicking the dog, but this is some next level shit. And who should she go crawling back to but that swine Gaius? After everything I've done for her. And this is how she repays me? As her older brother, it's your responsibility to instill some discipline in her, and you've failed miserably. That really looks like Holrick. Well, don't just stand there, boy. Oh, of course. It's your first time, isn't it? Oh, come along, there's no need to be shy. Face. Yeah, that's about right. He really feels like someone who would... He reminds me of, like, Fuck. Lord Farquaad himself, yeah. No. I'm thinking of, like, something very specific. Like, the... Fuck. The humans in Warhammer 40k that are, like, leaders, that are like, drive me closer, I want to hit it with my sword. It's like that kind of, bullshit. You see, something wicked has taken hold of this young man, and it's our job to cleanse his troubled spirit. It may look painful, but it's the only way, I assure you. He'll be ever so grateful, and you want him to get better, don't you? Actually, in this specific cutscene, he's also giving me, Frollo vibes. There's a good boy. Now, let's try again, shall we? Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Out the bad. Gah! Well done! You've all made Father proud. Very proud indeed. Wow, he really is just going, okay, Gaius, I'm gonna be you, but fucked up, because fuck you, basically. As for you... I thought you were cut above the rest of the savages, but it appears I was mistaken. And since you allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her replacement. Get in the fucking weapon, Alphonse. I choose you as the next pilot, and your mission is simple. Kill Gaius van Baelsar, whatever it takes. And if you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one of your kind. Like the vermin thing. God damn. Having said that, we will be forcibly initiating Oversoul using Xenos' combat data, so whatever schemes you may be hatching will never come to pass. Fucking Xenos, of course. All you need to do is sit back and let the synthetic Aurosite system do the work, with you as its conduit. You should thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Your worthless existence will finally have some semblance of meaning. Lord Valens, preparations for the Oversoul trial are complete. We await your orders. Splendid. There's never a dull moment around here. Now then, boys. We'd like to see something special. Come along, everyone. Father has secrets to share with you. Not at all a very creepy fucking way to present that, but sure. Oh good, he's still breathing. Fucking literally! Wow! Oh! Oh! Yikes. This is my chance. It's all the sacrifices. It's thanks to all the sacrifices made by my dear siblings. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. Once it has reached perfection, I will be unstoppable. First Valens, then the Empire itself will fall, and we will be free at last. Father, keep Ellie safe. Melisandre, Rykon, Rex, I'll see this through to the end. I promise. Until then, watch over me. This is probably taking a peek at Diamond Weapon, I presume. So, is it ready or not? The trial sequence has been primed, sir. Then get on with it. Initiating synthetic orosite system. Oh, initiating the synthetic orosite system. Loading diamond weapon simulation. What's going on? You're helping us with a little research is all. Whatever your name is. The time has come for you to contribute to the glory of Garlemald. This isn't what we agreed. You said that if I took part in the experiment, you'd let my family go. You have Xenos' data loaded, yes? Activate our soul and be quick about it. Understood, Lord Valens. Galvus combat sample... Oh, Galvus combat sample ready. Oh, no, that's an engineer saying that, not the weapon. Galvus combat sample ready. Initiating organic core override. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this too. My mind is... No... If this is what it takes to protect you both, I love you. I'm so sorry. Where is my prey? Organic core override complete. Xenosia Galvus data loaded. Also, I just realized the folly of creating another Xenos. Like, you're probably not giving him the Resonant. I hope. But, still... The subject is instinctively bound to seek out prey right from the outset. Regardless of the combat prowess it may boast, I need an obedient servant, not a ravenous beast. What could possibly go wrong? Enough. Shut it down. Deactivating synthetic orocyte system. Ooh, that's big. Well, I guess it's probably like the one we saw before. How revolting! Ugh, what a mess it makes of the cockpit. Ugh. Just the settings to prepare for another run. Fortunately, we have the next test subject ready and waiting. Yeah, I thought as much. Sir, you agreed to release his family in exchange for his cooperation. Oh, you're serious. Oh, sorry. My. I never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. Oh, the great Valens Van Varo, bargaining with savages. More fool him for trusting me in the first place. And everyone working with him has just gone, oh no. Oh no. In memory. The resistance troops wish to help their newfound allies in Turncliffe. That is, are we the baddies? Yeah, it really is. It's like, no, it's not, are we the baddies? It's, oh shit, we're the baddies. Dean, I was hoping I might have a word with you. Ever since Turncliffe was liberated, we've been sending troops to aid in getting the town back on its feet, helping the residents, that sort of thing. We Alamegans know how hard life can be for a society struggling to stand on its own after years of Imperial rule. A lot of what most people would take for granted has to be rebuilt from the ground up. While we're able to assist when it comes to providing basic resources and keeping the place safe, there are countless other problems that need attending to. If you can spare the time, we could use your help. Bless you, Arlene. You really are a saint. I'm sure the people of Turncliffe will benefit from having someone like you around. Once you're ready, have a word with your usual escort. I wish you all the best. Oh, actually, we should read the reports. Emerald. Emerald weapon, yep. The third reported instance of the synthetic orocyte system being employed in battle. Combat data from Gaius Belsar, former legatus of the 14th, was used as a basis for its attack parameters. Our analysis concludes that the data collected after Van Belsar commenced his invasion of Eorzea was lost following his defeat at the Praetorium. Therefore, the data used in the Emerald weapon must have been gathered in the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity. His gunblade techniques and tactics involving multiple soldiers bearing ranged weapons were incorporated in the War Machina's armaments, in particular the floating manipulators that could be positioned at various locations around the battlefield. The Emerald weapon is believed to have been transported from the Imperial base in Turncliffe to Castrum Marinum, where it underwent final adjustments. It was then finally destroyed in an operation spearheaded by Aldine Felsmark. Pilot of the Emerald Weapon, yeah. This former civilian of Werlet was orphaned at a young age when an epidemic killed his parents. He was later fostered by Gaius and was raised alongside several others in an Imperial orphanage. He was known for being extroverted and outgoing, and his lack of restraint often made him the center of attention. However, this was accompanied by an explosive temper, and he would often confront those he believed were threatening his foster siblings, with little regard for rank or social status. He later joined the Weapon Project in order to support his foster brother Alphonse. His final mission was to pilot the Emerald Weapon, which ended with him becoming fused with its core and perishing shortly after. Estimated age at time of death, 18 years old. Damn. Alright, I'm assuming this is probably going to have another G Warrior section, so... So, the boss roped you into helping, did he? I knew you couldn't say no. Well, you know me. Helpful to a fault. No, really, I literally can't say no. It's... Well, no one wants to say tempering, but... You're the one who piloted that war machina and defeated the Sapphire weapon, aren't you? Yeah, that's me. I thought so. I had heard much about you, but I doubt you know who I am. My name is Avelina, and I grew up here. I stayed throughout the occupation and was put to work as a Magitech engineer. Thanks to you and yours, we are now rid of the Imperials, though I fear many of us will struggle to put the past behind us. For 10 long years we suffered at their hands. A whole generation of young people were forced into the army and sent off to die in some distant land. I suppose I could be considered one of the lucky few. My work here kept me away from the battlefield, and I hoped that my contributions might help the others live long enough to make their way home. In the end, most of them never returned. Though my efforts were in vain, I can at least honor their memory. I want to leave something behind for their sake, to prove that they haven't been forgotten. A monument bearing their names. To ensure that not a single person is omitted, I'd need to see the official list of conscripts. If one still exists, it would be inside the Imperial facility beneath the town, but with the Resistance troops and Ironworks engineers closing the place off, I can't get near it. Perhaps you might have a word with them for me? I'll leave as soon as I find the list. I can try and pull some strings. Thank you. I'll follow your lead. But you're walking off without... okay. Something I can help you with? Oh, I see. It's a bit unusual for one of the locals to show an interest in the Imperial's leavings, but it seems she has her reasons. Since we're still carrying out investigations, we've closed the place off to prevent anyone interfering. Considering it's you who's asking, though, I can hardly say no. Still, I better go with her, in case the others kick up a fuss. You're very kind. I really should be, like, down close during cutscenes and stuff, or during conversation like that, honestly. I'm sorry for any trouble I've caused. You have my thanks. Think nothing of it. I was glad to help. As I suspected, the Imperials kept detailed records of the local conscripts. One name in particular stood out to me. My friend, Milisandia. I had no idea she'd been assigned to the 7th Legion of all places. What do you mean of all places? It all began while we were serving together in the 14th. We had much in common, but being drafted from the same occupied territory, and we had much in common, both being drafted from the same occupied territory, and we soon became firm friends. Then one day she was sent to fight in Eorzea, while I remained here. The day before she left, she came to say goodbye, together with her foster siblings from the orphanage. The youngest one, Rykon, was particularly upset about not being allowed to speak with their adoptive father, Gaius van Balsar, before they departed. It was actually another of his orphans, Livia Sastunas, who forbid them from seeing him. Can't say for certain, but it seemed that Livia had a strong attachment to Gaius and wouldn't let anyone see anyone else near him. It's actually another of his orphans. As far as I could tell, he tried his best to keep Livia at arm's length, whenever possible, but her devotion to him was bordering on obsession, and she was extremely jealous of the slightest sign of affection between him and his other wards. Others, however, treated them far more kindly. In fact, Praefectus Castrorum of the 14th Legion came specifically to meet them. While I was surprised that Erogadin had risen to such a rank. Oh, fuck. That's, I can't remember his name, but this is, like, literally Gaius's crew. I was even more taken aback by the unguarded manner in which he spoke with his subordinates. I had hoped that with people like him serving on the Eorzean front, they would be in safe hands. Then, the time came for Melisandre to leave. We shared a few final words, and then she was gone. It would be the last I ever saw of her. After that, I was assigned to the Tribunus, Laticlavius of the 14th, Nero Tolskava. And I worked on restoring the ultimate weapon. I was even at the Praetorium on the day it was destroyed, but I escaped aboard an Imperial ship moments before it came crashing down. I eventually made my way back to Wurlit, and only to be drafted into the 7th Legion to continue working on the weapon project. Even now, it makes me sick to my stomach to think I'd helped bring those abominations into the world. Using a living pilot to feed the weapon's core was part of the design from the very beginning. Of course, they never dreamed of subjecting a true-born Garlean to such a barbaric treatment, not when the 7th Legion was a ready supply of provincial conscripts right for the taking. The pilots were referred to only by their code names. We engineers were not made privy to their true identities. Even with this list of conscripts, I still don't know who was sacrificed in the name of the weapon project. My skills and knowledge could finally be... This seems like really, like, out of left field comments to make, but I guess we're going to make them. Your skills and knowledge can finally be put to good use. Yeah. What can I do? For years, all I've known is how to build tools of destruction. The 7th Legion is far from finished. They're biding their time, waiting until the right moment to unleash the final weapon. And when they do, it will bring naught but death and woe to all who stand in their way. Even after everything they've taken from us, they still want more. If it weren't for the Empire, Melisandre would still be here. She was the kindest person I ever met. But to the Empire, she was just another pawn in their games. I will never forget her. There's a way I can make a difference. I know there is. But first, I need to speak with members of the Ironworks. I have a feeling that War Machina you used to beat the Sapphire weapon will be called into action again. Until then, there's still time to make improvements, and I intend to help. I'll still be going ahead with the plan to build a monument, but stopping the Empire must come first. I hope Melisandre and the others can wait a little longer. Before I go, allow me to express my gratitude. I don't know what I'd have done if it weren't for you. Until we meet again. Okay, we're done. Sorry, I just need to reread something that was spoken of here. It all began when we were serving together in the 14th. We had much in common, both in this. Then one day she was sent to fight in Eorzea while I remained here. The day before she left, she came to say goodbye together with her foster siblings from the orphanage. The youngest one, Rykon, was particularly upset about not being allowed to speak with their adoptive father, Gaius van Belsa, before they departed. So, the orphans left to go to Eorzea, separate from Gaius? There's actually another of his orphans, Livia Sastunus, who forbid them from seeing him. Can't say for certain, but it seems that Livia had a strong attachment to Gaius and wouldn't let anyone else near him. As far as I could tell, he tried his best to keep Livia at arm's length whenever possible, but her devotion to him was bordering on obsession, and she became extremely jealous at the slightest sign of affection between him and his other wards. Others, however, treated them far more kindly. In fact, a praefectus castrorum of the 14th Legion came specifically to meet them. Because that sounds like the Rogadin that was part of Gaius's posse in Eorzea, right? It sounds like they were stationed separate to Gaius when we defeated him in the Praetorium. Huh? Oh, we're going back already. Okay. Yep. Go back to Giribania. Honestly, I kind of expected there to be a G-Warrior section here, but maybe I got my hopes up. Because the Emerald Weapon stuff would have been included in 5.3, right? So was your time in Turncliffe. I see. Fate has dealt her a cruel hand. Now she has a chance to make a fresh start. The same could be said for the whole of Turncliffe. It seems the liberation of that one small town will become a pivotal moment in Werlit's history. Perhaps it won't be too long before the rest of the region is free of the Empire. Naturally, we'd be honored to fight alongside the people of Werlit. We won't rest until the Imperials are sent fleeing with their tail between their legs. Until that day arrives, we'll carry on doing our bit to support you and the others in ending the weapon project. I'll be sure to pass any pertinent information in the meantime. Take care. And that's it. Shit. Damn it. I got my hopes up. What do you want? Later, I can think about his weapons. Oh, this is the guy that's like... This is the one that does the savage stuff, right? Ah, well, that is not quite the level of enthusiasm I was hoping for, but I'm not one to be so easily deterred. Should you ever have a change of heart, I'm ever ready to display my masterworks. Yeah, sure. Damn, okay. I wasn't expecting to be done with that. Okay, Shadowbringers wise, I've done all the near raids, I've done all the trials, I've done all of the Eden raids. Is there, like, anything prominent that's gonna be... that I haven't done? Not that I can think of? Well, I guess in terms of group content specifically, but... that I can't think of, yeah. Okay, well, I mean, this might be a good time for a break, because I do need to pee. We might just fall back on Black Mage leveling. Besides Bozja. Oh, yeah, there is Bozja, and I haven't made any progress towards that. You know what? I'm gonna start that. I need to start it at some point, and you know what? This is as perfect an opportunity as any. I'll keep, like, the job leveling for stuff when I'm like, I don't really feel like streaming anything intense, you know? Because that's a good thing to just kind of chill to. I'm kind of in the mood for a little bit more, honestly, so yeah, we can start Bozja and start on resistance weapons, because fuck it. I'll take glamours. Yeah, I am going to take a break, though, just to get a drink and whatnot. When you BLM to 71, you use Bozja to level it. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, I'll be right back, and then we'll take our first step towards that. Actually, before I go, just because the music here seems to go in and out, where do I start Bozja? Actually, that's probably a better question for Google. No, not Bozja. Bozja. Ralgar's Reach. Okie dokie. We can do that. That's not far away from here. It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg to teleport to. That has better music anyway. Just this particular area of the game has music that's kind of... whatever. That is not there. That questline I just saw is not there. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. I jumped ahead by, like, one... I jumped ahead by, like, one thing. It's actually Kugane. Is the starting quest line. Whatever. I'll eat the cost, it's fine. Cool. Yeah, so, I will be back in a few.